Hi everyone, thank you for coming today to this lecture. It's the third lecture in the inaugurational program. Today we have special speaker, Paolo Ghezzi. Paolo Ghezzi is a member of the Italian artist duo, Antonello Ghezzi, and is set to discuss their ongoing project in Beirut titled What Is Not Inferno. This project explores the intersection of their artistic work with Italo Calvino's Città Invisibili, Invisible Cities, coinciding with the 100th anniversary of this literary masterpiece. To commemorate this occasion, the duo is creating an exhibition hosted at Tanit Galleries. The exhibition features interactive installations and projects that aim to reveal the poetry and enchantments found within everyday reality. Antonello Ghezzi has a history of hosting exhibitions in Beirut and has also showcased their work in prominent locations such as New York, Japan, and various European cities. Please welcome me and join me in welcoming Paolo Ghezzi.
Thank you for everybody. I'm very happy to be here. Italo Calvino's Invisible Cities is a literary masterpiece that transcends the boundaries of conventional storytelling, offering readers a mesmerizing journey through a kaleidoscope of cities, both real and fantastical. You are watching this picture in the background. Is the project that we are doing those days in Beirut. We were here since 1 week, and if you pass by, this is close to Sassin Square, and there are other billboards, one in Ashrafiyeh and other two in Ashrafiyeh. And yeah, if you pass by, you will see that. Have you seen it? Yeah, this was our idea to, I don't know how it is. When you saw it, did you know about it?
Not at all. I was like, what the hell is that?
You're the first one that where you can ask.
What the Inferno is that?
Yes, I will tell you. That's why you're asking about it. But now I would like to talk a little bit about where the project comes from. So I'm reading this about the Invisible Cities. Published in 1972, Invisible Cities introduced us to the Venetian explorer Marco Polo, who regales the Greek Kublai Khan with tales of his travels. However, they are not ordinary travel narratives. Instead, they are poetic and philosophical reflections on cities that exist only in the realm of imagination and dreams. Calvino's prose weaves a mesmerizing tapestry of urban landscape, each with its own distinct character, history, and essence, and the passage of time. Calvino's work invites profound philosophical and existential reflections. His prose often described as poetic and lyrical challenge readers to look behind the surface and contemplate the hidden layers of meaning within his narratives. And this is what we try to do with our artwork since we started working together after the Fine Arts Academy in Bologna in 2009. We, because as you know, I am part of a duo, and we started in 2009. First time we were invited in Beirut was 2016, and so after 2016 we have been in Beirut almost once a year and sometimes even more. That's why we choose Beirut, because we know a little bit about the city. But our focus today is on the phrase, what is not Inferno? This is paradoxical. This paradoxical statement challenges us to engage in a philosophical inquiry. On the surface, it suggests that everything is Inferno, invoking images of hellfire and torment. However, beneath the surface, Calvino's work beckons us to consider a deeper truth, one that questions our perception of reality. In the context of Marco Polo's days, the phrase prompts us to reflect on the purpose and the meaning of our journey. Are our quest for knowledge, understanding, and connection ultimately a search for meaning in a world that can be both beautiful and harsh? When we thought about celebrating Italo Calvino's 100th birthday, we immediately thought of this project. The importance of the last dialogue between Marco Polo and the emperor seemed to us to be the focal point on which to place all our attention. This is the last dialogue. The Inferno of the living is not something that will be. If there is one, it is what is already here, the Inferno where we live every day, that we form by being together. There are two ways to escape suffering it. The first is easy for many. Accept the Inferno and become such a part of it that you can no longer see it. The second is risky and demands constant vigilance and apprehension. Seek and learn to recognize who and what in the midst of Inferno are not Inferno. Then make them endure and give them space. So from this dialogue we choose to put on the billboard just this question: what is not Inferno? And this question comes from this dialogue. This is the last dialogue of the book. And the book finished with this dialogue. And we thought that Beirut had to be the city for this project because it perfectly embodies all the cities in the book. Beirut embodies all the cities, all the evil and all the good possible, and in our experience there is no better place for this artwork. In our work, in our idea, it had to be the city that spoke to the citizens through his billboards. Beirut is a city that spoke, with its light, its building, the sign on the walls, the writings, the ballet halls, the trace of the explosion, the ruins of antiquity, the places of religion, the voices, the sound, the smells. In Beirut there is everything. Sometimes it's too much, but it's certainly a living city and speaks to us. And this project was also born from the offer of the owner of the company of the billboards. The company is Picasso, and the owner of the company once during an exhibition in Beirut, he told me, "Look, I like what you do. Whenever you need my space, whenever you need my billboards, are yours for free." So it was risky to say this to an artist because I started immediately to think about this offer. And after a few years, the opportunity came to my mind, to our mind, and because we wanted to do this project related to Italo Calvino, and it should be done this year because it's an important celebration year for Calvino, and it should be Beirut. We had no idea about the situation we could find, because we started to work on this project 1 year ago. You never know what's going to happen, but I have to say that now, regarding also what is happening around us, I think it's also clear why we choose this city, and it's also more important to do this work. So before coming, we were a little bit scared to come because we don't know what's going to happen. The situation was like that. So, but we had to come because it was important to do it. I had to do it. I wanted to have this photo, and also we organized the project also not just with the company who took the risk to give us the space and let us to do whatever we wanted to do without asking anything. Also because we involved the students of another university, we involved the students of NDU University, and because we try all the time to involve students or anyway people when we work in a public space in another country. So since we know Beirut a little bit, because as I said, I've been many times, I have many friends in Lebanon. Last year we did an exhibition at Beirut, the Beit Beirut. We have done projects with many institutions in Lebanon. But since we use the public space, the space of everyone, in a city where we don't live, because we live in Italy, we thought that it would be good to do it, to work with the Lebanese people, with someone who lives this city, and in order to don't cross some line, to have also the vision of someone else. And this is something we do whenever and wherever we have the opportunity. And I think the result is, I'm very happy that you have seen it, seen it on the street. I'm happy to see it every time I go and I walk on the street. When I see the billboards changing, they change the language. They are in English, in Arabic, in French, and in Italian too. And now we are working on a documentary, a short movie, and on Wednesday there will be the exhibition, the opening of this exhibition, where you can find some result of this project. There will be some photos displayed, exhibited at the Tanit Gallery in Magni High, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Unfortunately, I cannot be there because I have to change my flight today because they canceled my flight, so I will leave the country tonight. It was not planned, but I have to do it. But I invite you to go, to be there at least, because I'm also curious to know your opinion. Anyway, it's not the first project we have done in Beirut. As I said before, we did other projects here, and I will show you now. I would like to show you about our portfolio and talk about what we do, not just the project related to Calvino in Beirut. This is an artwork that we have done this summer. As I know you study, I don't know if everyone study architecture here or
Architecture and graphic design.
and graphic design. I don't know your opinion about it, but this is a village, a very small village, a very small town in Italy, with this beautiful lake on the mountain. And they invited us because there is a festival every year where they invite artists. There are photographers, visual artists, different kind of artists. And they invited us, and because they wanted an artwork, a public art installation, and we decided to do it in the lake, in the lake. The place it's very similar to a village of a fairy tale, and we decided to. Sometimes we try to make real something that normally you can find just on the fairy tale, and and suddenly in the middle of the lake appeared this ladder, which is 7 meters ladder, and comes out from the water, and in the night brights by them, because there is a special paint that collect the light of the sun during the day, and in the night it's brighter. And this is the result, and is at the end of the summer they will take away from the lake, but I'm happy about the result. This is another project that we are developing. Actually, it started the first version of this work was exhibited in Beirut. That I will show you later. This is in Madrid. Is in the center of Madrid. Is 200 meters from the Royal Palace of Spain, and this is the Italian Institute of Culture in Madrid. And in the lights that you see bright every time a shooting star pass on the sky of the Mediterranean area. It's an artwork that we can realize with a special connection we have with the Italian Institute of Astrophysics, and it's live. Yeah, it's real. Every time you see the light shine, you know that the shooting star is passed by somewhere in the Mediterranean sky. So here, from the south of France to here, because there are almost one shooting star who pass by every minute, during the day, during the night, and we found it working with the astronomers, and we found a way with the software connected with the radio telescope to do this artwork, and we are doing it in different kind of version. This is the one we have done in situ for this project, for this building, and yeah, you can. It's working 24 hours a day, night, day in Madrid, and it will be there until the end of October. This summer we have done it in another way in Greece for a festival, and also was working in the same way. And you know this place, I think this building that you can recognize, where the first version of this artwork was exhibited. This project was as the project on the billboard that we are doing for the first time in Beirut, and we hope and we will try to realize everywhere in other cities. This was another project that started in Beirut, and we wanted to do it for the first time in Beirut because there's a reason. And now this year we will do it in Santiago de Chile in South America and in Cordoba in Argentina in December. The same project. So it's good to start in Beirut because then things happen. So the idea was this: what if the Milky Way galaxy decide to open an embassy on the Earth because someone has to show to the humans that they are not, that they don't understand really well where we are and who we are. So the galaxy decide to open like embassies everywhere in order to remember us that we are a planet in a galaxy, and we are a small dot in a galaxy. So we are in Lebanon, we are in the Middle East, but okay, before everything, or before all those divisions, we are in the same galaxy. And so we decided to realize the flags of this galaxy, where you can see a picture of the stars in the night, where if you go in the mountain, if you go wherever you can see the stars well without light pollution, you can clearly see the Milky Way. This is the flag of the Milky Way, and inside of this building that we call the House of the Milky Way, that in this time was the Beirut. People could find offices, as in a normal embassy. There was the office of the citizenship of the Milky Way, so people could go and write, fill the form and stamp their own citizenship of the Milky Way. There were many kind of offices where the idea was this: to show what we don't like, what we think that is stupid, that something that we would like to change in a not violent way, in a poetical way, and in a way that nobody should be should be. I mean, everybody can understand, and everybody can feel part of the project. This is another project where we try to realize a starry night on a field using those hay bales. We have a lot of those hay bales in Italy, and we developed with the company, because I speak about this project because maybe since you are students, you could be interested on it, because we often work with companies. We have ideas and we try to find some company who can produce, who can believe in our idea. This time we wanted to realize the plastic net that collect the hay, and realize those hay bales are made in plastic. And I don't know if you have ever seen the plastic stars that you can put on the walls and they brighten the night. They are made with the same material, plastic. So we called the company and we said, we have an idea. Why don't we realize all the net in the same way with the same material? And since the hay bales they stand under the sun all day, in the night they should be bright. And we thought that if we imagined that if we had a lot of those hay bales on the fields, they should appear like stars. And we did it. The company tried to realize. The problem is just that they are not that bright, because the problem is to find a place where it's really dark. It's not easy, even if you stay outside from the city. But the result was nice. This is the process that we with the company and then with the farmers, and then we try to use also balloons. It was a very nice project. This one is something that we are doing. We did the first time in Italy. Last year we did it in Norway during the residency where we have been invited. And this is called titling the space of you and me. So we asked the people to collect in the hand, between the hand, a piece of clay, a fresh clay, and to shake their hands. Just this. So every ceramic, every piece of ceramic you see is an handshake. It's the space between a relationship between two people. So it's this moment when you shake the hand of someone else that we keep forever, and become a small ceramic that will be part of a bigger installation. For example, those ones are all made in Norway during this 20 days of residency. It was so nice going outside, asking to the people to shake their hands. They look at us a little bit this way, because I said I was doing it also on the mountains, in the middle of the snow. Someone was walking alone and he found me and I said, "Hi, I'm Paolo, can I shake your hand?" I'm collecting handshake, I come from Italy. And at the end, he was happy to do it. It was so strange, it was so funny. I would like to do this as a job for my life. It's so nice to go around and ask to collect handshake. And so it was strange also for me to do it, but it was so nice because it was a way to talk with the people, to start a conversation, and to do a simple gesture, or sometimes we were in the squares and we found people, couples, friends, and we just asked them to shake their hand between them. And in the end, we are continuing to do it, and I would like to do it everywhere. I think it would be nice. This is another installation where we interact with the people. Maybe you know the chair of the judge in the tennis court. No, he stay up and decide if the ball is out or in. Now there is also technology, okay, but this is what he does. But for two, we decided to realize this chair, not for one judge who can decide what is correct or not, but for two. In order to remember that there is not just a truth, there is not just a vision, at least you should ask also the vision of someone else to discuss, to find a solution. to stay up together and to find a solution. So we do those performances where we ask the people to sit in front of the chair, and we invite philosophers, we invite scientists, poets, and they had the opportunity to talk to discuss about many kind of arguments with the public in this way. And this is we use a lot of mirrors in what we do. This is another way where we use the shooting stars installation, light installation. We realize a kind of Christmas tree, an artistic Christmas tree in another way. And now we have to build a bigger one for a city in Italy. This was inside of the gallery, and now they asked us to do a big one for a square. But also when you do a project for a gallery or for a museum, it's easier. When you have to go to do it outside, it's much complicated. The problem is the time they ask something that outside is almost impossible, because and this is interesting. You have to deal with many kind of aspects, like the installation with the hay bales. Something is when you work here in your studio and you can control the light, everything. But when you are outside, you have to control. Maybe if there is no sun, or it's rainy, or sometimes the lights, and often the darkness is something that it seems dark, but it's not really always that. So it's important to make this kind of experience, to work also outside. Like this is an installation with a mirror that we have done. It's permanent. It's on a hill in Bologna, my town, and there is a mirror in the middle of this wood, and it's written, "Everything is a relationship." This is a kind of motto that we love. We try to use often. We work, as I said, since you are design students, also with mirrors and lights. Those are swings made by mirrors and lights, and in the night you can see just the phrase. They have some phrases that we engraved on the mirror. And this is again the Milky Way flag that this year won a prize. It was now it's a permanent installation outside of a museum in Italy. There is this big flagpole, 7 meters high, where every day, forever, hopefully, people can see this flag. So it's a flag that everyone can feel his own flag. Even it's in Italy, but we hope to do it everywhere also. It's very simple, but I think it's symbolic of what we try to do. This is what we try to say. This is another village, very small village in Italy. It's a village of maybe, I think they have 60 inhabitants. It was hit by a very strong earthquake, but now it's almost okay. And this is a blue traffic light. This is related with the project we are doing in Beirut, because again it's something relating. It's an artwork related with an Italian author, Gianni Rodari. He writes fairy tales in Italy, where everyone grew up with those fairy tales. At least everyone, since I'm old. I'm 43 now. I don't know if everybody in Italy knows Gianni Rodari, but it's an important author. And there is this fairy tales talks about the traffic light will become suddenly blue, and nobody knows what to do, if they have to go or stop, who has the right to pass, and they start to make noise, to fight, and start the chaos. Everyone stuck in the traffic and with this blue traffic light, and at a certain point the policemen arrived and switch off the traffic light. And the traffic light, the blue traffic light, while it was switching off, says, poor people, they were not brave and not and they had not imagination enough. They were just thinking about their problem, who has the privilege to pass. But if they could use their imagination, if they could be focused on something maybe more important than who passed before the other, they could fly, because I was giving them the permission to fly, the green light to fly. It was a signal that everyone could fly at this moment, but they didn't try. So we took out from a fairy tales this, and we realized blue traffic light, again with the company, the most important company in Italy who produced traffic light. We just said, why don't we do blue traffic light? They said, okay, we don't have the blue traffic light, but they produce the traffic lights for us, and it's one of the artwork we have sold more, we have exhibited more. At the end, and they did it just for free, because it's good for them to also to be part of the. Now one of those blue traffic lights is in a museum, so a company of traffic light is happy to have a piece of their product in a museum. Here was exhibited in another museum in Italy, in Bologna, and in the square, in the public space. This is another collaboration with the company. This is a trade mine that now is also in a museum too. This was in Milano at the rooftop of a beautiful building, and people could go and run or walk on this trade mine. And we modified the software of this trade mine. In the monitor, in the screen, there was a distance, 300,400 kilometers, and people started to walk and run, trying to reach this distance, trying to avoid this distance. The goal is to arrive to zero. Every meters they do, the distance is less, but it's a long distance. It's the distance between the Earth and the Moon. We choose this very, very long distance, so it represents an impossible goal, something very difficult to realize, but it's possible because we have been on the Moon once. We had something else more important to achieve than now. And if you try to avoid this distance alone, it's almost impossible. You should walk, if you ask to Google, like 100 years without to stop even for the toilet. You have to continue. If you continue to walk for 100 years, you can reach the Moon. So it's impossible. But if everybody goes in the same direction and if many people, the more people try to reach, to help arriving to this goal, is possible at the end. We just need to invite people to do it. This is the message. And these are artwork more, this is paint, blue cloud, because the blue cloud is a symbol of what we do. It's something that we found as a symbol of lightness that we love. It's something that connects us again with Italo Calvino. As you can see, there are artworks that we have realized with the blue cloud. This is something interesting also maybe for you, because it's another collaboration with a company. This time was a company of refrigerators, of fridge. They produce the solutions for cold. They realized a machine that make colds, and we wanted to realize magic mirrors where suddenly, now it's not really clear, the photo, appear a cloud. In the same way when you do the shower, the mirror and humidity and the difference of the temperature. But with this artwork, in this artwork, the cloud appear without doing a shower everywhere, and suddenly, magically, was our idea. And it works. It's still in our studio, but it works. This is another project related with the design. Often people call it design because it's and I'm fine with it. It's true. It's a mirror with a star map. We are working with this. We always again with the astronomers. We are able to know there is a software there where you can put the longitude and latitude of a place and the date. For example, Beirut today, and this software gives you the position of the star in that moment, or where the position of the stars in Beirut 40 years ago, or 100, or tomorrow, or 100 years ago, whenever. You put the date in the future, in the past, and the place, and you know the position of the stars. And for example, this is the position of the star in Paris in that day when they wrote the Declaration of Human Rights. So at the end, many collectors asked us to realize their own star map of the wedding, the star map of the birth of son and daughter. But this is the concept. And we work a lot on mirrors and lights, and this is another performance that we have done also in Beirut, in many countries, and then COVID stopped this project because it's done with soapy bubbles. So the idea was we want to find a way to protest or to try to destroy the borders, the walls, the things that we don't like, no? The division between countries, people, and but we would like to do it as an artwork in the most not violent way possible, and we choose the soapy bubbles. During COVID, soapy bubbles they were not that non-violent, was very, very dangerous. Because every bubble keeps your breath, your DNA. And in this project we put also pigments. So every bubble left a mark on the walls that we draw or we realize, and everyone could blow his breath against this, trying to destroy this wall. And at the end, the wall disappear and remain a colored wall, depending on how much the people were active against those walls. Then we have done many performances. This is again one of the starry mirror that you can see in a performance. Also, this is in a museum. This is Japan and other countries, and this was the first version of the shooting star project. There is another version before the light version that is made with sounds. So we translated the radio waves that we have in Italy, one of the biggest radio waves in Europe, that it catch what is passing on the atmosphere, and the frequency of a meteorite, of a shooting star, is precise. They are faster and bigger, but we know that they know that it was a shooting star. We translated the radio waves in sounds. Now we translated the sound in light with the other installation. But this is a sound installation that you can hear the noise of the space. There is not noises. There are not noises on the space, but it's a translation of the radio wave. So when a shooting star is passing by, you can hear the sound. So you know that it's passing by something, and this is a satellite. And when you hear a hiss, you know that a shooting star is passing by. So maybe also a blind, someone who cannot see, can make wishes because he knows that with this sound, this sound is live, and is a shooting star which is passing by. And it was nice. The first time we won a prize in Japan with this project. They invited us, and they were drawing and making wishes with a shooting star that they were falling down in Europe or anyway in the Mediterranean sky. They could do it because it was live and because the sky is one, even if we are far. So it was a way to remember that the sky is one, there are not borders, and things that should be simple. Maybe this is something else related with the company and the design. This is a door, an automatic door, the doors that you find in the supermarket, in offices. And if you think about it, the automatic sliding door are all the same. Everybody knows how to open a sliding door. Me, also everyone, my 6-year-old daughter, in Italy, people in Japan, people in China, they know that they have just to pass, and the sliding door it will open. But this door, it's not going to open just with your presence. It doesn't open, so it seems it's not working. You have to find a way to open it. There is, for example, now there is one which is now in a museum for a temporary exhibition in Italy. It's in the middle of the museum, like a monument. We would like to have it also on the squares, everywhere. Because when you find a way to open it, you realize that there is just one way to open it, and it's to smile. We realize the software will recognize the face, and every time someone is smiling, the door opens, and you can pass by. And it's a door that you can pass also. You have not to pass inside. It's not a door that brings you in an office or in the supermarket. It's just a door that reminds you to smile, and the power of the smile, and the importance of the smile. And now there is one which is permanent in a very old church in Italy, in Bologna, and many we had the chance to exhibit temporarily. Every time we realize it in a different shape, and we have also we have a collaboration with the company. Every time we want, they can give us the door and the mechanism, everything. It is temporary for free, because they just put it, and when the exhibition ends up, they have back their material, and they have a marketing or anyway visibility. They are in museums, and also the door are opening with a smile, so they are special. The project, the goal, my dream, it would be but it's possible. We need just someone who want to do this project, because I think it's always important to spread those kind of messages, especially now. Also this, even if it seems so naive and so simple, I think it's as a political statement, a message. So the idea is to put, for example, one outside here in the AUB, at the main entrance, for example. You can imagine one. And one in Rome, another one in Japan, another one wherever, many countries around the world, many doors around the world, in many different kind of places, in squares, universities. The universities for me would be the best places. And when you smile in front of the door of AUB, also all the other doors are opening together, because they can be connected over the internet. They just need internet. It's the same thing that you do when you send a message in a group in a chat. Everyone receives the same message in the same moment if they have internet, even if they are very far. So if you smile in front of this door, you know that you are opening all the doors together. And I think this will be so nice. And also, if you are walking outside and you see the door opening and there is nobody, you know that somewhere someone is smiling, and it makes you smile because it's contagious. And even if you don't smile, you know that someone is smiling, so there is hope if there is still someone which is smiling.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
So this is one of the first projects that we have done. And yes, this is the first one. It was in the toilet. It was the 2009 when we started to work together. We were students like you, but we had the willing to be part of the art system, but without having done never even an artwork. We had not CV, nobody knew about us, but we wanted to be in the art system too. So we were at the Fine Arts Academy when we met, me and Nadia, and we decided to do this performance together. And then we started to work together since 14 years. We went to an art fair, the most important art fair in Italy at that time, and we were standing outside of the bathroom, giving to the people just a piece of paper who was the artwork. It was very conceptual. It was written. It was a description of the toilet of the fair in an arty yes, in a way you can find when you go in an exhibition, the way it's written, what you are looking at in the exhibition. But it was just the toilet, and then from this we started, and now I'm here and finish. So you can ask me some questions.
If anyone has any questions, please raise your hand. We'll pass by you.
Hi, thank you. I wanted to ask, a lot of the projects have a sort of childlike playfulness in just the way they are, but how do you convince these like strict national companies to like partake in them, like the sliding door or the traffic lights?
Thank you for your question. Yes, I was talking about those projects because I think for you can be interesting if you have an idea how to realize it. And I have to say that it was very simple. I am maybe very naive, but I just wrote an email to the company, to someone in the company. For example, sometimes it's very strange. For example, at the company of the door, we have a very big company, one of the biggest in the world in Bologna. Actually, is the company who realized the patent of the automatic door. They do automatic gates everywhere. So it's very big. And I just found an email in LinkedIn. Someone gave me his contact. He was a salesman, nothing important. He was not a manager. He was just one who was working at the sales department of the company. And I wrote. I was a student. Actually, the smiling door was my thesis at the university, at the Fine Arts Academy. And I wrote, "Hi, I'm Paolo, and I have this idea to open doors with a smile. I'm sure that one day all the museums of the world will have this kind of doors and squares and malls around the world." I don't know, it was really written in very bad way. But he was, I don't know, and he called me after 2 minutes. "Hi, I received your message. Do you want to come to can we talk here in the offices?" And I said, "Nadia," they invited us. We, at the time, me and Nadia, we had a very small studio. I mean, we were just students. And we arrived, and he thought that I had already clients around the world that want this door, but the door was just in our mind. And so then he realized the mistake that he had done. But since we were already there, he said, "Okay, but since we are here, maybe the guy at the in marketing, he will be interested." He was very sad. And but since we were there, the marketing guy came down, and he found the idea interesting. He said, "Wow, not bad. Let's go to the director." And we arrived in the director office. He was smoking, and said, "Wow, you're coming here without a patent of this idea. So okay, so you are so naive. Let's do it." And he said, that day he said, "Okay, I'm not going to make my engineer working on this idea because I'm not going to sell any door or it's opening with a smile. It's nice, but I cannot make them to work on it. But if you find an engineer, someone who can realize the way to open a door with a smile, you will have all our help, our doors, whatever you need, for sure. We made this deal, so at that point we had a company, a very big company, who want to work on this project. So we went to the Faculty of Engineering in Bologna, my town. There is a university, there is the Faculty of Engineering, and we said, look, we have a project that we can realize with this company. Do you have some students who want to join, who would like to do the thesis on this project, because we have no money to pay them? And they were happy to do it, because they could do this thesis inside with the biggest company, one of the biggest company in the city. And at the end, one guy did this thesis on this software, and the door opened with a smile. And it's nice also because now this company is the best, one of the best in the world in biometrical access, biometrical system, because of this project. Because they started to work on the biometrical system because of us. They knew they started this collaboration with the University of Bologna, and the University of Bologna since then, 2012, received a lot of money on developing projects related with the biometrical access. And so this is good it was very good for us, but also for the company and for the university. And this was the way we used also. Yeah, always. Now we have to be a little bit more professional, because I'm not so young anymore. And since when it's a student, when it's someone young, very young, I think people can take it, they see it in another way when they receive a message for someone young with hope and with dreams, with passion for his idea. When they receive it from me now, sometimes happens, but I'm 43, and they think at your age you should be more serious, and not think about open door with a smile. But now I have a CV. I've worked with those companies. They think I'm more serious sometimes, not always. But this way, I think you have just to have an idea, to believe in the idea, and to try to search for the right person, the right company. This way.
I have a question actually.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use the mic. I actually noticed that in a lot of your projects you use astronomy as a theme. Lots of stars, lights. I personally have interest in astronomy, so I think it's really quite nice. I wanted to ask, how come you have why do you have this interest in astronomy? Is it symbolic? Is it personal interest?
It came from because we wanted to realize a way we were searching a way to have the possibility to make wishes whenever we need to make wishes. This was the reason. We started to try to find a way to have. So we thought we should have a starry night, live 24 hours, a TV channel who can show us the stars at night live, always. So we just need this, and we stay in front until the shooting star will not pass. If you have a need to make a wish. And so because we need the star, we started to write to the astronomer, hi, we would like to do this, is it possible? And someone replied to us, wow, it's a nice idea, this is possible. In this way, they started to invite us to talk with them, and slowly, now I know more astronomers than artists. From NASA, from United States, wherever, everywhere. The biggest, the most important institution, we collaborated with them. The idea was so simple, but they never had, because it's useless. Nobody needs to have a channel where you can see 24 hours. And then we found a way to realize this idea with the lights and with the sound. The channel, the TV channel is impossible until now. I stopped to search, but I think it's still impossible.
Maybe someday.
Because of the quality of the camera, there is not a camera that can show you live the sky at night, because the lights are so tiny, it's so difficult. They need to. You can catch the light star of the sky, but with time. I mean, you have to make. You can make a very nice photo. You can make a time lapse, but otherwise you cannot see very well the sky. And this is nice because even now we have the technology for everything, but nothing is better than our eyes.
Can't it follow the moon?
Sorry?
Can't the image follow the moon or show the force on the moon?
Yes, I mean there are technology, but they make photos. They don't show. They don't follow. There are cameras that is like the hunting camera. Every time something is moving, the camera makes photo. Every time a shooting star pass by, the camera makes the photo. But they don't make video. They make also video, but it's impossible to have it live. They have to be downloaded, and then I know because we once tried to do it, and the astronomers at the first solution they found to have the 24-hour live channel of the night. They said we just need to have a camera at the North Pole and one camera at the South Pole, and that's it. I always say, okay, let's send the camera at the North Pole and the South Pole. We say we start with the North Pole because Italy has two research bases, one in the North and one in the South Pole. It was easier with the Italians, so we could write them an email in Italian. Hey, can we send you a camera? We wrote to them on Facebook, because they never replied on the email. But they were posting picture on Facebook. So there was someone at the North Pole making photos to the North Pole, and then, but it was not working because it took too much time. It was impossible to have a good quality live video.
Okay. Hi again. I'm wondering, what's the significance of the color blue and transparency in your work? Your shirt as well.
We always use blue, but just because we like. We think it's it's the color of the sky when there are no clouds, and for us it means this. It means the color that we use to color the sky, and transparency. We try to use to show that we like likeness. Our messages are always to look up, to don't look down, to try to reach the sky, and to dream, to try to also to try to go to stay closer to the sky. That's why we use the blue and transparency.
What about, and what is Inferno?
What is Inferno? It's related with the dialogue of the.
What is not Inferno?
Sorry.
What is not Inferno?
What is Inferno? It's easier. There are many things there. It's clear what is Inferno. But yes, Inferno. It's for someone. Everyone has his own Inferno. You have not just to be there. What is not Inferno? There are, I don't know, everyone has his own things. I think, as you say, you should search and find who and what are not Inferno, in the Inferno. And for me, there are many things. The relationship between people, this is what I think are most important and interesting for me. The others, the relationship. And maybe that's why I like I like Lebanon, because I like the people. Every time someone asks me why Lebanon, why do you what is good, what is so nice in this city that brings you there all the time? And I cannot reply really easily. If I think really well about it, I think are because I like the people I find in Lebanon.
It's a funny relationship that use like Inferno, Lebanese people, and then the color blue in the billboard. Like, what is it about us looking towards the sky?
Sometimes we just use blue because we like blue.
I like that.
Question, quick one. First of all, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
It's nice to see all of this, process that ends up in these really simple gestures that are ultimately just very sweet and, they really focus on things that bring us together, I guess. Perhaps wishing on a star might be culturally specific as well. I don't know. I don't know if we wish upon stars here. Might be something that comes maybe from other places. But my question is actually about the first project that you did, I guess, which is the last project that you showed.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else we saw was very much coordinated, right, with a company or a site that has some kind of, there's a kind of a legitimacy to it. It's commissioned in some way. Except for the first one, I believe, correct? Which was more interventionist.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, you lose something once you stop doing this and start doing the scripted, coordinated, legitimized. I wonder if there's something here that is as lovely as, of course, all of the projects were. I'm not at all saying otherwise.
It's a nice question.
But I wonder what you lose when you lose the intervention.
Yes, you're right. It's so interesting what you asking, and it's also what, for example, this time, because normally we try to do what we want to do, also more organized, and also because we try to get paid, we try to don't have too much expenses, so every time we have to find a sponsor or someone who want to do the project. But you lose something, because now before to do something, before to do a project, before to realize an art or everything, we think about it a lot. We discuss a lot, and we are two, so we have all the time to discuss. I'm not an artist who can do what he wants alone. I have not this freedom, but it's better for me, because I have also the point of view of Nadia, and she has mine. But if I remember when we did this, it was very fast and without to think about anything. We had no idea about what is the artwork, what is to work as artists, and you lose this freedom to do whatever you want to do because you want to do. This is difficult to have it back now, because we know all the rules that we have to follow, that we should follow. The only thing, something is better now, and is the quality of the picture of our work. Because if you look at this was our first work, and we had no idea about it. We had no idea that we need to make a photo, because one day we will need it for the portfolio. We had no idea, and that's why we have very bad photos. And now,
now
they're beautiful. Since this, we learned that we need to have better photos.
So is there an exhibition associated with what is not Inferno?
Yes, on
That
Wednesday.
is beyond the billboard, right? That it's
But this is one of the picture, not this one, but at the Tanit Gallery in Mar Mikhail. There, on Wednesday there will be two opening, and one is there is a Syrian artist, a very famous one. Maybe I can show you. Yeah, it's a good idea. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know if it's probably their side. I think they should on the website. I don't know. I'm just. But probably it's written. Yes. This is my exhibition, our exhibition, and in the same day, the 13th of October, there is also the exhibition of Youssef Abdeke, which is one very important Syrian artist. And the same day, there is our opening. And this is one of the drawing when we had the idea. And there will be 3 drawings on sale in exhibition, and four photos of the billboard in the streets of Beirut, and other 2 or 3 artworks. But the problem is that I cannot attend the opening because I have to leave fast.
The Italian embassy told you to leave?
No, the Italian embassy until now they don't told me to leave. They just told me to pay attention.
The British embassy today took the families of the embassy personnel out.
Australian as well. A lot of our exchange students from Australia are going back.
Me, because Lufthansa, it's a very bad company.
Yeah.
Lufthansa stopping, huh?
They sent me a message to us. It was 1 p.m. and they sent a message that the flight are cancelled and they couldn't find other solution. The solution they could propose to me, they couldn't find me a solution for tomorrow, or I should leave the country on Thursday, but they just told me the flight is cancelled and we have no solution, and so do it by yourself, something like that. And the only one I found, because also my wife, she has to come back, and I cannot come back too late. I should come back on Thursday, but on Friday I have duties in Italy, I have other meetings, I have other things to do, so I cannot wait until Saturday. I should come at least, so I have to come back, and so I booked another ticket. We spent other $1,000, and we booked the ticket, and it's tonight at 3 a.m.
So you were lucky enough to have your presence with us tonight.
Yes, when I was searching for I don't know if you're lucky, but I was lucky. I wanted to be here because I found another ticket for tonight, but I said no, I want to do the presentation, so I at the end we booked the flight at 3 a.m.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.